Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Soma, and to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe, and after that click the bell sign. That way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So in today's video I'm going to be addressing there's this post that was made by Linda Ikeji, and for those of you that do not know who she is, I think she's the, I don't know if she's the biggest Nigerian blogger or the biggest Nigerian female blogger. I think she's the biggest vlogger overall. So there was a post she made when this whole news about Regina Daniels broke, and there was all these posts with uploads and videos and everything of Regina Daniels in private jet and living all this life, and you know, driving all these cars and everything, and just living this lavish lifestyle. So she made a post, and some people saw that post that because of the timing of that post on Instagram, a lot of people saw it as Linda Ikeji coming for Regina Daniels. For those of you that do not know who Regina Daniels is, I think it's easy for people to forget sometimes that somebody may stumble on this video and they don't even have a clue who Regina Daniels is or who Linda Ikeji is. So Regina Daniels is a young girl whose age is actually at the moment questionable. She's Nigerian as well. Both of them are Nigerians, and some people think she's underage. Some people say she's 17. Some people say she's 20 or whatever, or 21 or whatever the age. And then she's news broke that she was marrying this man that is like 59. Some people say he's 59, and some people say he's 62. Some people say he's 62, and the news broke, and people are kind of like, why would a young girl of her age that has her life ahead of her, why would she want to have anything to do with a man that is this much older? And another thing is another thing is that the man is said to have 5 other wives already. Some people feel like she's throwing her life away. She has a life ahead of her. She doesn't need this man. She can't be successful without him. A lot of people have things to say. And then Linda Ikeji made this post, and I'm going to read it to you guys. She made this post on Instagram, and the post says, so she made this post, and it says, dear young ladies, success is not male, wealth is not male, money is not male. There is no limit to how successful you can be if you apply yourself. And it says obirinimi, that's Yoruba language saying I am female or I am a woman. Self-made, hashtag obirinimi, hashtag self-made, hashtag grace, hashtag success is sexy, and hashtag the future is female. Okay, so that's what her post read. There's no proof that she was coming for her, but I think because of the timing of when she shared this is why some people think she was addressing Regina Daniels. So that said, whether she was addressing Regina Daniels or whether she wasn't, I wanted to talk about a few things. My issue with this post, I have to say that it's great that she's making posts like this to encourage women to know that you don't have to wait on a man to be successful. You don't need to, your success shouldn't be finding a rich man. You don't need to depend on a man, to be able to achieve anything in life. Because honestly, there are a lot of people that are like, at the moment, after knowing about Regina Daniels, that are kind of like praying, oh goodness, they wish they can find it stinkily rich man that can pick them up from the gutters and just make them super rich. There are people that I've seen comments, people say, oh, she inspires me. And the funny thing is, like, Regina Daniels wouldn't be like, when you say inspire, what has she really done? When I say inspire, like, it's not like, okay, she inspired me to go to college, or she's inspired me to try this business, or there's nothing much. A lot of these girls that are screaming she inspires me, there's nothing much really they can say that is the inspiration, because the girl was acting. She started as a child actress, and there is nothing really apart from that I can look at and say, look at her achievement, that people are going to look at and be like, oh yeah, this inspires me. Not really. So when they say she inspires them, it's most likely, inspires them to want to marry a rich man. What else? I don't, because I don't know what else about her would be inspiring. I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't know what else really, like, you know, when it comes to career wise, or you know, somebody being inspirational, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, it's nice that Linda Ikeji is making a post like this. She's an older woman, and well, at the end of the day, let's be honest, an older woman has been around for a long time, so it's nice she's making a post like this, and you know, telling women about these things, because we know in our community that a lot of women that are, you know, that have stayed in a marriage that is dead, that they stayed there and they were beaten up and being tortured and everything, and they've died in their marriages. There are women that stayed because they have nowhere to go. If I leave this man, he's my alpha and omega, he's the income earner, he's the this, he's the that. And so women stay in there because they have no money. And a lot of women that do not put themselves, you know, forward to try to achieve things, they're just sitting around and waiting for a billionaire to come and marry them. And I think her post is inspiring, like, you know, it's inspiring. But my issue with it is this: when she when you see the post, and she's, you know, the pictures that the picture that she shared with this post, I felt like, you know, it's a picture of her, you know, with her car, which is expensive, I think, is expensive. But the thing is this, like, I would have preferred if she had made exact same posts, but maybe sitting in an office, or what else could I think about? Sitting in an office, or maybe making a speech somewhere, or a picture of her, you know, what else? I don't know, just something else that just shows her working hard, rather than a vehicle, of a car, an expensive car. Because why I say this is this, right? You know, success should not be about having expensive things or designer items or whatever. That's not what success is. There are a lot of successful people that do not actually drive expensive cars. You know, like, if was it the president of France? I think it was the president of France, I can't remember. You know, there was the president the other day that you know, was it France? I can't remember, one of these countries, that another president came to visit, and this president was riding a bicycle to show the other president around, you know. And I just thought about, you wouldn't see that in our community or in our country. You know, some people that keep their life so simple. There was another president that was once shown, and this president is driving an old Beetle. You know, he's successful, he's the president of the country, but he's not after all of that. And you know, a lot of us know how we talk about Bill Gates and, you know, what's his name, the owner of Facebook, and you never see them wearing designers, you never see them showing flashy cars and showing these things. Why I say this is this: she is doing an amazing job by, you know, trying to pull our women away from, you know, something that I can call is a mental slavery. When people mentally think, when women mentally think that their life depends on what a man can give them, you know, the success has to come from a man, and all these things. That is mental slavery. That's a kind of slavery that it's a good thing she's addressing it and trying to bring people out of that. That is amazing that she's doing that. But at the same time, materialism is another kind of slavery. You know, focusing on material things and, you know, designer wares and expensive things, that is materialism. So she's doing an amazing job pulling people out of this kind of slavery, which is, you know, you're a woman, you just stay there and wait for a man to be your source of joy, wait for a man to be your source of being successful, and wait for a man to be the one that bankrolls your projects, and depending on a man. That is a slavery. That is slavery, you know, and it's a mental slavery that some women have bought into, that even though they have the potentials to do well in life, they don't try to do these things because they are waiting for a man. That is slavery. That is mental slavery. Materialism is mental slavery as well. So she's doing an amazing job by trying to pull people out of this mental slavery, but unfortunately she's bringing them into another kind of mental slavery, taking people from one slavery to another slavery. Success is not about your material things. It's not about, you know, even the Bible says that life does not consist of the abundance of your possessions, those of us that are Christians. But unfortunately some people lose track of that truth. So You see all this thing about designers, expensive cars. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, what do you need a car for? You need a car to move you from A to B. So whether you're driving an expensive car or you're driving a less expensive car, as long as you get from A to B, you get what I'm trying to say. There are people that are so rich and yet they don't have cars. I used to have a friend as a white guy. He's a businessman and he's a businessman doing business from one country to the other, and he never owned a car. No, he just didn't own a car. He preferred the bicycle. You're waiting for you to see his expensive car as a proof of success. You'll be waiting forever. But he is successful. You get what I'm trying to say? And this thing about flashing on Instagram, let the world know what I have. Look at me, look at my level. Let them know that I'm doing amazing. Blah, blah. That is a mental slavery. And at the end of the day, bringing people into this, you are leading them into a completely different kind of trouble. And that is why some people that some people that are not successful, and some people that are not successful or people that don't have the money are coming on Instagram to pretend as if they have it, just so they can so like it's almost like if you don't, this is why some people feel like if I don't come out and show off on social media, it's gonna look like I don't have any money. It's gonna look like I'm poor. It's gonna look like I'm suffering. And people are now coming on social media to make it look like they are successful, because successful to them is this definition of materialism and showing off and stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? And stuff like that. And this is what gave birth to things like the Blessing CEO. This is what gives birth to people like that. Let me tell you, a lot of people may be disciplined to be like, I don't care what other people are doing, but a lot of people are not. And that's why I call it is the mental slavery that some people find themselves. And that is how you see some people that used to be so stinkingly rich and doing so well, and later they go into bankruptcy because they've lived this life of let me show off, let me pretend, let me show off and show off and show off. So basically my point is this: being successful shouldn't be about materialism, shouldn't be about what people can see that you have. Oh, look at my expensive bag, I have a designer wear. No, I see that as materialism, and materialism is a mental slavery. Carrying a designer bag, Versace, carrying designer bag, expensive bag, and all of these things. At the end of the day, what is a handbag for? A handbag is to put your things, maybe your phone, your purse, your credit card, whatever. So let me tell you, whether you're carrying a designer bag that is worth $2,000, or you're carrying a cheap bag that is only like $20, at the end of the day, both of you are just carrying bags. You're just carrying bags with the things you need in your bags. But that mentality that I have to carry the $2,000 bag is mental slavery. It is mental slavery. What do we need shoes for? Protect your feet from walking on the bare ground, or whatever we all know what shoes are meant for. So whether you're wearing a shoe that is worth 1,000 pounds, or you're wearing shoes that is worth 20 pounds, at the end of the day you both have shoes on. But that mentality that I have to wear designer, let people know my level, I think that is mental slavery. It's just pettiness that you have to see a reason to let me show other people that I'm at a different level. And so what about, even if you're at a different level, who cares? And like I said, there are people that are at a high level, but they carry they don't care. They're just living their lives. They are not trying to use possessions to show everybody, look at me, I'm better than you, or look at me, I'm this high up, or whatever. That mentality is just, I personally see it as just being purely petty. That's how I see it. It's just being petty. My thing is this: if something works, as long as it works, I don't care whatever the other one is, as long as I have what I need. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, what do we need as human beings? We need food, we need shelter, we need whatever. We need education, we need, what do you need? But most of the time, these other extras, is no longer, okay, I need to have shoes on, I need to have clothing on. It becomes, no, I need to wear the one that would show that my level is high there. I was watching a documentary once that talked about how designers came about. It's just a marketing strategy to make people feel like, you have to buy this to show everybody that you are at the top class. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because that's what is going on. And they decided to, if we make it, give it a name, it becomes something everybody is going to want because of that name, and people are buying into the name. The other day I saw on Facebook, there's this saw this post, and it's you know, this bag we call Ghana bag. I don't like to call it Ghana Must Go. And there is it Gucci or one of these designers, you know, have used it. They've used it to well, not used it, they've used the pattern to make shoes, and these shoes are super expensive. People are not going to be buying it for people are going to be buying it because of the name. What about the same bag I'm talking about? There was actually a post once, and they found that a designer had put their stamp on it. Excuse me, put their stamp on it. And because they put their stamp on it, it became expensive. Something you're supposed to buy for like maybe £5, they were selling it for one ridiculous amount. You know, some of these people that are, you know, mental slaves, they would buy that bag, not because they don't know that it's cheaper somewhere else, not because but because everybody's going to see that I have the one that has this logo or name on it. For them, it's about what people would see. At the end of the day, that is mental slavery. That is mental slavery. What was the other thing too I saw? You know, do you know there's this particular shoe that is, you know, designer shoe or whatever. I watched the documentary once, and some people actually said that they find it very uncomfortable. And there was this particular woman, she was talking about how her shoes are very uncomfortable. She said she finds them so uncomfortable. And they were asking her, why then do you buy them? She was like, come on, I'm buying it for the name. You understand? She is buying it for the name. She finds these shoes uncomfortable, but she's buying it for the name. That is mental slavery. Mental slavery. When I saw that post, I loved what she wrote, but just the fact that she posted a picture of her and her expensive car, I just thought to myself, you know, she just missed it there. Because at the end of the day, she's taking them from one slavery out, she's taking them out of one slavery into another one, you know. And that post would have been better if she just, with her sitting in her office, that's it. She's showing that she's successful, but she's not showing anything materialistic. Or if she was just her, you know, to just a video of her just, you know, doing a talk or a speech or mentoring other people, something like that, rather than material things, you know. So definitely, like I said, her intentions are good, but I'm not saying this in a bad way, but it's possible it doesn't even occur to her. The truth is, nobody knows it, or sometimes we'll do something without actually thinking about it. I just wanted to come and talk about it. I think the most important thing that I'm saying in this video is this: you know, it's good to free people from all kinds of slavery, but most importantly, let's avoid this situation where we are freeing people from one kind of slavery and we are taking them into another kind of slavery. And with that, I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye.